Hey, friends, and welcome back to the Next Brave Step podcast. I am so excited you are here with me today. My name is Chelsy Weisz, and I am your host. And today we are diving into a topic that I think every single creative can relate to on some level, and that is trying to build confidence, especially when you're first starting out. Now, if you've ever felt like confidence is this missing piece of your creative journey, you are not alone. Whether you are launching a new business, sharing your art, or stepping into a new role, confidence can feel like this big, elusive thing. For many of us, it's that one hurdle that keeps us from taking the steps that we know we're capable of. I know this because I have been there, and I know how loud those voices of doubt can be. You know, the ones that whisper, "Who do you think you are? Why would anyone choose you? And what if you fail?" Sound familiar? You're not alone. And those voices aren't as unique as they seem. The truth is, every creative, whether they're just starting out or have been in the journey for a lot of years, the truth is, every creative, whether they're just starting out or years into their journey, has faced those same doubts. But here's what I want you to know. Confidence isn't actually something that you're born with. It's something that you build. And it's not about waiting for that fear to disappear or perfection to arrive. Confidence grows through action, through showing up even when you're scared, and through learning to trust yourself along the way. That's what today's episode is all about. I'm going to be sharing some actionable strategies for you to start building your confidence today, no matter where you're starting from. Whether you're in the beginning of the stream, about to start a creative business, or you're ready to level up in a new way, these steps will meet you right where you are. These steps will meet you right where you're at. And to make it even easier, I've created a free confidence building workbook just for you. It's packed full of practical exercises, tools to help you take what you learned today and turn into real progress. You can download that for free in the show notes below. All right, you ready to dive in? Let's take this next brave step together. So I want to start off by sharing a little of my own journey. So when I was first considering offering coaching, it was kind of terrifying. Now, at this point, I had already been photographing weddings and families and seniors for years. I had started the podcast and had written a ton of educational blog posts. But the idea of actually pitching myself as a coach was a whole new level of scary. Now, I live in a tiny, tiny town, and that didn't really help anything either. You see, coaching isn't really something that people around here understood. And I really found myself worrying about, what will people think? What if I'm not good at it? There are so many other coaches out there. Why would anyone choose me? And that self-doubt was overwhelming. Honestly, I procrastinated on taking this leap for months. Now, one day I had a real moment of clarity. I was sitting down and I was journaling, and I was really trying to focus in on what my fears were. And that fear was, what would people think? What could go wrong? Now, one day I kind of had this moment of clarity, and it really came when I was sitting down and I was journaling about how I wanted my business to look and how I wanted to impact the world. And I was journaling and thinking about things that I had done in my past where I really enjoyed the work that I had done. And I thought back to when I first hosted my very first wedding photography workshop. This was an amazing and terrifying experience for me, for sure. I had to get really comfortable with pitching myself and selling tickets to this course. And that was probably the hardest part, because when the in-person workshop actually started, there was a lot of things that had to come together for it. But I just remember feeling so invigorated and just excited. And, I had a bazillion slides of things to work on and show people. But it was when we went way off of what the original topic was and dove into what each one of the photographers who had shown up there, what their business looked like, what their family life looked like, and how we could take the systems that I used and make them work for them. And that's when I just had this like aha moment. Like, I love courses and all of the things, but being able to work with people one-on-one was just what was lighting me up. And it was that moment of clarity. That was the push that I needed to take my first small step. And that was offering a free coaching session to someone that I trusted. Now, was I super confident in it? No, not really, but I showed up anyways. And that's what I want you to take from this story. Confidence is not about never feeling scared. It's about showing up despite the fear. And that's why I've created this confidence building workshop or workbook for you, is I want you to help take those first few steps, even when you're feeling really unsure of yourself. So if you have not already, grab that down in the show notes below. So let's talk a little bit about why confidence is so important for creatives, because it truly is this foundation for growth and resilience and success along your creative journey. Now, creativity thrives in experimentation and innovation, but both of those require a willingness to take risks. And confidence is what gives you the courage to step into that unknown, to try something new, and to put yourself out there. Now, without confidence, it's so easy to fall into patterns of procrastination or perfectionism, and you might avoid launching that project because it doesn't feel ready yet, or you hold back on submitting your work to a contest because you fear that rejection. But here's the thing. The discomfort you feel in taking that risk is where that magic really happens. Confidence doesn't eliminate that discomfort. It helps you to move through it. For example, submitting your work to a contest might feel a little bit intimidating, but with confidence, you can push past that fear of what if I'm not good enough and focus on the potential growth and the opportunities that could come from that experience. Now, there's this widespread misconception that creativity is this magical innate gift, that successful creatives were born with, this ability fully formed. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Confidence is what enables us to see the bigger picture. For creative success, it's about persistence, not perfection. Most of the creatives that you admire didn't start out as experts. They faced challenges, they made mistakes, and they kept going anyways. Okay, so confidence can help you adapt a growth mindset. Now, growth mindset is where you basically can view mistakes as learning opportunities rather than failures. So, for example, let's say you are a writer and you're working on your very first novel. So instead of comparing your rough draft to a polished bestseller and feeling discouraged, confidence allows you to see the value in your own progress and keep refining your craft. Here's an interesting phenomenon. When you believe in your work, others are more likely to believe in it too. You see, confidence is contagious, and it influences how other people see your art, your business, and your creative brand. Think about it. If you walk into a room to pitch an idea or showcase your work and you're radiating doubt, it's going to be really hard for others to trust in what you're offering. Now, on the other hand, if you show up with self-assurance, it sets the tone for others to take you seriously and see the value in your work. Now, confidence isn't about being arrogant or pretending that you know everything. It's about showing up with a belief that your work has worth and you're capable of growing and learning and improving. That energy draws people in, whether it's a potential client, a collaboration, or fans of your work. Ultimately, confidence is the fuel that keeps you moving forward and helps you to take action when you're scared, learn from setbacks and use them to grow, and show others the value of what you bring to the table. As a creative, confidence isn't just about Confidence isn't just something that's nice to have, it is necessary. It's what allows you to explore your full potential, your talent, and to take those bold steps forward to achieving your dreams. Now, confidence does not just appear overnight. It's built intentionally, one step at a time. So let's go ahead and break down some practical ways how you can start cultivating confidence today. Now, confidence starts in your mind. If you're consistently battling self-doubt or negative thoughts, it's time to reframe what you're thinking. And here's two powerful ways to do that. Now, many of us were taught to see failure as something to fear, but in reality, failure is one of our best teachers. So instead of viewing your mistakes as a setback, start thinking them as stepping stones. Each quote unquote failure is a chance to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Here's a great way to reframe your failure. Start a failure journal. Now, every time something doesn't go according to plan, write it down. But don't stop there. Add a section for what you learned from that experience. Over time, you'll start to see how these so-called failures actually become these key moments of growth along your journey. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to other creatives, but this habit erodes your confidence. Remember, everyone is at different stages along their journey. Now, for example, you might be a new artist and you're comparing your work to someone who's been in the industry for 10 years. And you're experiencing this comparing. Okay, take this example. If you're a brand new artist, comparing your work to someone with 10 years of experience, it's like comparing a seedling to a fully grown tree. It's unfair of you to overlook the progress that you're making. So instead, focus on your own growth. Create growth timeline where you document the milestones like the first time you tried a new medium, you completed a project, or received positive feedback. By tracking your progress, you'll see just how far you've come, and that's a major confidence booster. Remember, confidence grows through action, not waiting. But here's the secret. You don't need to take huge leaps in order to build confidence. In fact, small, consistent steps are even better. So, for example, instead of waiting until your portfolio feels perfect, commit to sharing just one piece of work every week. This act of showing up, even when you feel uncertain, builds resilience and confidence. When I first started coaching, I wanted to make this big splash right away. I had all these great plans, but honestly, it was so overwhelming. So I scaled it back and just focused on one thing, working with a single client at a time. Those small, consistent steps added up and helped me grow my confidence over time. Every small victory matters. Maybe you received a positive comment on something that you shared, completed a project on time, or took time to step outside of your comfort zone. Each win is evidence that you're moving forward. So go ahead and celebrate and reinforce your belief in yourself. You don't have to build confidence alone. In fact, the fastest way to build confidence is surrounding yourself with supportive people who lift you up. Look for groups online, local meetups, or an accountability partner. Being part of a creative community allows you to share your experiences, get feedback, and see that you're not alone in your struggle. When I joined my very first creative mastermind group, it completely changed how I viewed myself and my work. Hearing others share their challenges reminded me that the most successful people face doubts as well. And the feedback on my work that they gave me encouraged me to keep it up. Another thing you can look into is a coach or mentor. This can provide you with a personalized guidance system tailored to your unique goals and challenges. Sometimes having someone in your corner to cheer you on, hold you accountable, and offer a fresh perspective can make all the distance. Sometimes having someone in your corner to cheer you on, hold you accountable, and offer a fresh perspective can make all the difference. All right. Confidence thrives on consistency. When you show up for yourself regularly, you build self-trust, the belief that you can rely on yourself to follow through. Try setting aside regular time to work on your craft. It doesn't have to be hours every day. Even if it's only 20 minutes of focused effort can make a big difference over time. The key is to show up consistently. Whether you feel inspired or not. One of the best ways to reinforce confidence is to remind yourself of what you've already accomplished. Keep a running list of the wins, both big and small. Here are some examples. Did you finish a piece of work? Write it down. Finished a challenging project? Celebrate it. Received positive feedback from a client or a fan? Document it. Over time, this list becomes a powerful reminder of your progress and your potential. Whenever that self-doubt starts to creep in, you can look back on the evidence that you are capable and worthy. Now, each of these steps shifts your mindset. Starting small, seeking support, and building systems work together to create this solid foundation for confidence. Remember, shifting your mindset helps you to silence that inner critic and focus on growth. Starting small gets you moving and building momentum. Seeking out a supportive community reminds you that you're not alone and it can give you the boost that you need. Building systems ensures that you stay consistent and keeps growth even on the tough days. Confidence isn't a one-time achievement, it's an ongoing practice. But with these steps, you have the tools that you need to build it in one day at a time. Now, let's talk a little bit about that confidence building workbook that I created specifically for you. Now, this workbook is a guide to taking all of the strategies we've discussed today and turning them into practical, actionable steps. You see, building confidence isn't just about inspiration. It's about taking those consistent actions and reflecting on your growth along the way. And that's why I wanted to create this resource just for you to help you out with that step by step. We all have those nagging doubts and those fears that hold us back. This workbook includes guided exercises to help you identify what those fears are, reframe them into a new light. For example, you'll learn how to turn what if I fail into what if this helps me grow in ways that I never imagined. Now, the confidence building workbook is more than just a set of exercises. It is a roadmap to transforming your mindset and your habits. It takes everything that we've talked about today and helps you put it into action that is simple, structured, and totally doable. Plus, it is completely free because I want to make sure that you have every creative has access to these tools. Confidence is something that you can build starting right now, and this workbook is designed to help you do exactly that. So to download this workbook, just head to the show notes below and grab your copy. Once you've got that, set aside some quiet time to go through the exercises. You don't need to rush. It's about creating sustainable growth, not quick fixes. So here's my challenge for you. Download that workbook and commit to completing one exercise from it this week. Maybe you'll be reframing a fear that's been holding you back, or maybe you're going to use that weekly action plan as your first small confidence step. Confidence isn't something that just happens. It's built through intentional, consistent action. All right, before we wrap up today's episode, I want to take a moment to talk about an incredible opportunity for those of you who are ready to take your confidence and your creative career to the next level. I know how hard it can be to navigate the ups and downs of building something so meaningful. You might feel stuck or unsure of your next step or consistently second-guessing yourself. And that's exactly why I created my one-on-one coaching program. It's a personalized 6-week journey to help you move past those roadblocks and step into the confident and creative entrepreneur that you're meant to be. Now, this is not a cookie cutter course. It's not a one size fits all. It is tailored specifically to your needs. So over 6 weeks, we will work to uncover your unique strengths, tackle those fears that are holding you back, and create that customized roadmap to help you achieve your specific goals. Whether you want to finally launch a big product or attract your dream client, or maybe even build that consistent momentum in your business, I'm there to help you. Each week, we will meet for 60 minutes where we will do a deep dive into your biggest challenges. Now, these calls are where the magic happens. We will identify what's holding you back and map out the solutions for your success. Now, the work does not stop after our calls. You will receive resources, exercises, and personalized action steps to help you keep that momentum going throughout the week. Plus, I'll be there to cheer you on and answer questions if you get stuck. This coaching program is perfect for you if you are tired of second-guessing yourself and you're ready to build an unshakable confidence. You want to stop spinning your wheels and start creating a clear, actionable plan for your creative business or project. If you're looking for personalized guidance or someone who just kind of gets it and has been in your shoes and knows how to help you move forward. So if you've been waiting to take that next brave step, this is your sign. With Black Friday just around the corner, I'm offering some amazing discounts on this program, but spaces are extremely limited, and I can only take a handful of clients at this time to ensure that each person gets the attention that they deserve. So don't let fear or procrastination hold you back from the growth that you know that you are capable of. So, are you ready to take a leap? Go ahead and visit chelseyweisz.com/coaching to learn more and apply today. You'll find all of the details there, and it only takes a couple of minutes to submit your application. If you are on the fence, let me leave you with this. Confidence isn't something that you have to figure out alone. Sometimes having someone in your corner there to guide you, encourage you, and hold you accountable can make all the difference. I'd love to be that person for you. If that feels like the next brave step in your journey, go ahead and visit the link in the show notes below and we can get started. All right, so let's go ahead and recap what we've covered today, because the idea of this foundation. All right, let's go ahead and recap what all we've covered today, because these ideas are foundational for building confidence that you need to succeed as a creative. Remember, confidence is built, not born. This is such an important truth to internalize. No one comes into this world fully confident and fearless person. Confidence isn't something that you either do or don't have. It's a skill. Just like learning to draw or write or run a business, every confident person that you admire worked on it, often starting out with doubts just like yours. The key is to shift your perspective. Instead of thinking, I need to feel confident before I start, realize that confidence comes from starting. Every time you take action, even when you're feeling really scared, you're laying another brick in that foundation of your confidence. Small, consistent steps lead to big progress. Big leaps are exciting, but they're also intimidating and often very unrealistic. What actually works is consistent, incremental progress. Think about it like you're climbing a mountain. You don't just leap to the summit in one giant leap. You take one step at a time. Maybe today's step is starting by sharing your work on social media or setting aside 20 minutes to practice your craft. Tomorrow, it might be reaching out to a potential client or learning a new skill. Each of these steps adds up over time. Here's the beauty in this approach. Small wins build momentum. Every time you hit a milestone, no matter how small, you're proving to yourself that you are capable. And with that proof, your confidence grows. Support systems make the journey easy. Confidence does not have to be a solo endeavor. In fact, it is much easier and much more enjoyable when you have a support system in place. Now, support can come from community, mentorship, and coaching, surrounding yourself with people who understand your journey and cheer you on and offer constructive feedback. Confidence thrives when you're not navigating challenges alone. Now, systems are all about creating habits and routines that keep you moving forward, even on days when motivation is low. Whether it's a daily practice schedule, a checklist for your creative projects, or a journal to track your progress, Systems can help you stay consistent, and consistency builds confidence. When you combine these small, steady actions with a supportive network and reliable systems, you create a solid foundation for growth. It's no longer about pushing yourself with sheer willpower. Instead, you're working smarter and with more intention. So remember, confidence is built over time with deliberate effort. Focus on progress, not perfection. Those small steps really do add up, I promise. Don't underestimate the power of support and structure to make the journey more manageable and fulfilling. These are your tools. Use them, and you'll be amazed what you can achieve. Do not forget to grab your free confidence building workbook. It is in the show notes below. If this episode resonated with you, share your thoughts with me on social media and make sure you tag me. I would love to cheer you on. As always, I am here to help you take the next brave step. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.